Hi everyone, I'm Kamil Herba. I'm project manager working for Galtech Utilities. I'm working on the energy market. My specialization is high voltage substations. I graduated in 2005, so it has been quite a long time ago. However, I found it that the first decision I made about the job I took was very important in my future career, as it is very difficult to change work if you start to be specialized in some specific work you are doing. That's how it was with me. I started in 2007 with big project of high voltage stations, and I'm still doing that at the moment. So what I do at work? Design and build projects, that's the main thing we are doing as a company. Design and build project means that we are designing, and after design we are building all of those things that we have designed. We are working for EirGrid mainly and ESB Networks, who owns National Grid. And we are doing lines and high voltage stations. We also do wind farms, but as you will see further, it's not much different from doing the high voltage stations. So working, it's not being a hero, it's working as a team. So the other thing which you can find in your future work is that you will meet people that you will become friends with, that you will like. You will stay at the work you are at because there's a good environment, and you will just like to be in this company. But that's how the life looks like. There's not much show off, it's just work from day to day. So what is working for National Grid? Working for National Grid means that your workplace will never be close to your home. Maybe, but it usually doesn't happen. So National Grid, you have map shown on the screen. This is where all the stations and lines are located. So that's the place of work. The National Grid is owned by EirGrid. And all the operations on the grid are done by ESB Networks. So you always be working tight with people. But because we are doing projects for the clients that are getting connected to the network, it means projects like, for example, wind farms or data centers. It means that you will work with big companies and you will work with projects that are very high value. So, like I mentioned before, design and build projects. It's the wind farms, it's the data centers. These are just big projects that require a big power supply to be run with. The wind farms, it's a huge market now, the green energy in Ireland, which takes plenty job opportunities. It's very interesting. You can go to remote locations sometimes, but it's very combined process. So usually in the process like this, it's not only one company that take part in, it's a few companies. One company usually is the one that manufacture the turbines. The other company usually do the civil work, and the third company, which we are doing, is doing all the EBOB scope of work, which is electrical works, all the connection cables, all the design in this area. It's pretty same, like the main important thing on those works are the point where you are getting connected to the network. Sorry. So the points that you are getting connected to the network. And these are the high voltage stations. High voltage stations is the point where all the lines from the grid combined, and you can actually get power from the grid. And for the big projects and for the big wind farms and data centers, you need also a big power supply, which means a big station. There is also a scope of work on the networks that you do directly for ESB, which is the maintenance of the network and some remedial works. That's also quite big part of the market. As you can see on the slides, there is many activities that are happening. That also defines the design and build, and that also defines those projects. It means that you will meet not only electrical specialists and electrical designers from different specialities. You will also meet civil designers. You will also meet plenty subcontractors, plenty specialized companies in different areas that you will need to speak with, that you will need to arrange work for them. That might be very difficult at the beginning, but it's also very interesting because you are moving into different areas, and that always keeps you focused. So the main tips for the work and for the approach, it's to take initiative. So when you start your first work, it's very important to be proactive, just to do something, even if you are not asked for it, just to make the first step and try to introduce yourself to the topic, to the problem, and try to solve it. Then you will be able to prove that you are not just waiting for issues to resolve themselves, you are just trying to resolve situations, even if you don't know how to do it. And it always brings you to the very interesting conclusions. Be brave, be brave. It's just, you cannot be, or not cannot, when you are proactive, you also have to aim high. So don't be afraid of big projects. It's not just one person that is doing a big project, it's a full team. You will get the support of the team when needed. But if you get to the big projects, you will find that way more attractive and, well, way more entertaining. So don't stick with the things you already know, or just be brave and reach somewhere where you don't think you are experienced, but you can get very good in it. Work hard. It's typical, it's normal for everyone. So if you want to get good in something, you need to work hard always. And the best people to ask for it are the sportsmen. Even if you have capabilities, you always have to work hard. And second, because work takes a lot of time, of our life, of our activities. It's good when you have a hobby, something definitely not related to your work, because then you will have the area when you can relax. Your work sometimes can be very frustrating or putting you under high pressure. It's very easy to release the pressure if you have a hobby. In general, why I explain so much about work and what this work takes, it's just because the first choice you make is very important for your future. It was in my case. It may be your life choice as well. You'll spend plenty time at your workplace, and it's very important to do it right from the very beginning. And to get the job you will really enjoy, because if you will not enjoy your work, you will just be getting tired, and that's it. So thank you very much for listening to that presentation today. Hope your choice will be very careful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kamil. And look, just on behalf of Engineers Ireland, I want to say a massive thank you for sharing your experiences about your career to date.